guys have faced more full court pressure than almost every team in the league this season. And the Celtics apply some of the most full court pressure in the league this season. How do you go about initiating offense when you know there's going to be some barriers to getting started?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, having James get off the ball so he doesn't have to deal with the pressure and try to run him down throughout the whole course of the game. And so that's why KD's done a great job, even from last year, just handling that ball pressure responsibility and let James come off with different screens to initiate the offense.
You reach out to Jayson pretty soon after the injury in May, and how do you try to support him through the process, if at all?
Yeah, just being very supportive, just being positive. Just tell him about the process and what he has to go through, and but when he comes back, being a better player, areas he needs to work on in his game to be a better player, and just to see the game, from a different light. When you sit back and watch the game and you're not playing, you can kind of see, what your value is, what you can bring to the team, what you can do better. And so he's been great. Spirits have been great, and he's doing a great job attacking his rehab.
His spirits seem to be high.
Yeah.
How do you keep your spirits up? I mean, this was supposed to be the season. Kawhi was injured healthy. Bradley, you're supposed to kind of have the team that you wanted, and injuries have come again. How do you kind of keep your sanity in this situation?
No, it's tough. As tough as it is for me, it's tougher for the guys who have to go through it. And so with the Brad, situation, that was really tough. For not just me, but him personally and our team, because he's going to play a big role in what we need to do. And so just feel bad for anybody who has season-ending, situation. And then Kawhi, like coming to training camp, being in the best shape I've seen him in, playing at a great level, and then have to go through this, minor setback. It's just tough, but we'll find ways. And guys will step up and take on the responsibility. But it is tough when you're looking forward and you think you have stuff in place and how you want to play and what you want to do, and injuries play a big part of that. So we just got to continue to keep figuring it out till he's back.
So much of the game now is analytically driven, and three-point shots have been kind of favored in that sense. What do you view as the role of the mid-range shot in basketball today, and do you think there's something to be said about how it can get guys in a rhythm that maybe doesn't always reflect in the analytics? Like, as a coach, is that something you think about?
Yeah, as a coach, I always just talk about, the analytic guys, like, why don't we master the shot the teams are giving up? If they're going to give up, mid-range jump shots, like, why we're not working on that instead of the threes? But I think it's a balance. I think it's a balance, and like Kawhi's a great mid-range shooter. You see, Jaylen Brown's a great mid-range shooter. I think shooting 52% from mid-range this year. It is sort of a lost art, but I think if you watch like all the game winners or all the big shots in the playoffs or whatever, they're always like mid-range, jump shots to kind of seal the game or win the game. So I think it's a lost art, but guys are getting back to it a little bit, but it's not as serious as it used to be when I played.
When a guy like Jayson's willing to take that, Payton takes a lot of them. Like, do you have to start to account for that more with your defensive game?
Say it again.
When a guy like Jaylen's willing to take a lot of those, Payton takes a lot of those. Like, do you have to start to account for those more against?
It's usually shots that you want to give up. If you're a defense, with your defense, but when guys are great at it, I don't want to give it up, as much, and so. We just got to just read the game, see how it's going early on, and then adjust from there.
As Bogey's coach, watching him go through injury and then another one and then sort of work his way back in, what did you see from him as far as like waiting, taking his time, getting into the game, and then making such an impact the other night?
Yeah, I thought Bogey was huge. Without Bogey last game, we wouldn't have won that game. I just thought him coming off the bench and supplying that offensive spark that we needed. Very confident, running pick and roll with Zoo. They have a great combination. And then the three-point shots he was able to make, I thought was very huge. So just seeing him get his confidence back, starting to feel better, it was good to see last game.
Thank you.